McCarthy, you've been with us as we awaited the statement from Robert Mueller, former Assistant U.S. Attorney Andy McCarthy, also a Fox News contributor. What did you take away there, Andy?
Sandra, this is an explosive statement. We're going to be talking about impeachment from now for the foreseeable future. What Mueller said, which runs against what we had heard up until now, but was certainly suggested in his report, was that the Office of Legal Counsel guidance was essentially the reason why they didn't make a conclusion about obstruction. Now, as it happens, on the legal merits of that, I think he's completely wrong. I think it was his responsibility to make a decision about whether there was a prosecutable case, and then it would have been up to the Attorney General and the Justice Department to decide whether to invoke the guidance or not that says that a sitting president can't be indicted. But whether I'm right or wrong about that, what Mueller said was the reason we didn't draw a conclusion about obstruction was because the president couldn't be charged anyway, so there was no point in indicting him. And then he took the next step of saying, and in any event, in this system, the way that you discipline presidential excess is not left to federal prosecutors. And what he meant by that, obviously, is it's meant to Congress or left to Congress in the impeachment process. So pretty explosive.
Andy, and I'll repeat those two lines that you just paraphrased, word for word. Robert Mueller just said, if I had evidence, and if that evidence was clear that he did not commit a crime, we would have said so. He then said, charging the president with a crime was not an option we could consider. He went on to say that he did not question the Attorney General's good faith in his decision. No one is telling me whether I should speak or not speak or testify or not testify. But anything he says will not go beyond the report. The investigation is complete. He made that point twice, and he said we chose our words very carefully. Andy.
Yeah, very carefully and very wrongly. I think, it's simply not true that he couldn't make a decision about whether there was enough evidence to prosecute an obstruction case or not. The guidance doesn't say the president can never be indicted. It says a sitting president can't be indicted. And the prosecutor who has the investigation has the job of making that determination. Do we have a case or not? If you decide you do have a case, and then the Justice Department wants to invoke the guidance that says a sitting president can't be indicted, then so be it. But Mueller's job, I think, was to find out, do we have a prosecutable case or not? Regardless of that, what he says is important in two ways. Number one, he's saying that there may very well be a prosecutable obstruction case, but they decided they couldn't go there because of the guidance. And secondly, under circumstances where Congress doesn't need a prosecutable case in order to impeach, what he said is, in this system, the way a president gets disciplined is not by federal prosecutors, it's by Congress.
All right. Andy McCarthy.